Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to me trying to read every single lost episode creepypasta that I can get my hands on. Today, we're going to be reading 10 Cloverfield Lane, Auditorium 13. I've never watched Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane or any of that. So I'm still in the dark. I'm so in the dark. But I think we should get right into it. 10 Cloverfield Lane, Auditorium 13. I'm sure that you have heard about the 2016 film, 10 Cloverfield Lane. It is a non-canon sequel to Cloverfield, 2008. This film released in March 11, 2016. Film is kind of disturbing, especially the main antagonist, Howard, with his acid barrel and his abusive personality. But I'm here to tell you about an even creepier version of the film. I used to work at an AMC theater in Texas up until COVID-19 shut down the theater in March 2020. This event happened on March 13, 2016. I was cleaning up Auditorium 10, which just had a showing of Zootopia. I swept the uneaten snacks on the chairs, floor, and little crevices in the walls. I sprayed the popcorn and soda-filled air with some air freshening spray and cleaned up all the soda spills. I was leaving the cinema hall until I saw what looked to be yellow "Do Not Cross" tape, the tape you would see in a crime scene. The tape was on the door that led to Auditorium 13, which previously just had a lock on the door handles. I asked my fellow colleagues if they knew anything about this auditorium, and they gave me looks of confusion. Sometimes I would get a response like, "What are you talking about?" And "I don't know what you're talking about, man." As my curiosity kept rising more and more, I asked the co-manager of the theater if he knew anything about this auditorium. "Do you know anything about Auditorium 13? I asked. "What?" he responded. It was like he didn't know it existed, and that I was the only one who knew. Stressed, I led my co-manager to the door to Auditorium 13, and he followed me. I showed him the door of the cinema hall, and he became as pale as a ghost. He told me to follow him to the office and told me to sit down upon arriving to his office. I sat down and he told me the entire story. He said that 2 days ago, a hacker uploaded an even more disturbing version of 10 Cloverfield Lane in the auditorium. The reports say that the moviegoers in Auditorium 13 were terrified, and one of them was immediately escorted to the hospital due to an underlying medical condition triggered into the effect by the footage. It said that one of the moviegoers told about this horrific experience. He said that the moviegoer told a local news reporter about the movie. The co-manager played the news report on YouTube about the theater. The moviegoer then appeared on camera and said that he and the audience were shown the most scariest thing he had ever seen. He said that in the scene where Michelle was escaping Howard's basement, she enters his bedroom and Howard asks, "You're going to walk out on me? After I saved you and kept you safe? This is how you repay me?" Michelle hesitates as Howard finds his gun and says, "Fine, then you can join Emmett." He shoots her. The film ends. After the credits, then it looks out. Okay. Howard Stampler appeared, but his eyes were reddish black. He looked at the audience and roared loudly, like Sully from Monsters, Inc. The audience fled from the auditorium in fear. Other moviegoers reported that everyone in Auditorium 13 told them not to watch the film. That was it shonen, as they ran out of the theater. The co-manager turned off his computer and concluded the story. He said after the incident, no one went into Auditorium 13, even when it showed the original non-hacked version of 10 Cloverfield Lane. One of the moviegoers even tried suing AMC, but the case was settled, with the court finding in favor of AMC, and the company issued a public apology on its official Twitter and Facebook account. The cinema I was working in was forced to close that cinema hall due to the low attendance, and also to prevent future incidents from happening again. I left the office, and that was that. I was cleaning Auditorium 3, where it was showing Eddie the Eagle. I made sure no one was around and unlocked the door via the key I had in my pocket, which I had gotten rather secretly by sneaking into the manager's office when he went to go to the bathroom. When the door opened, there was so much dust in the air that I coughed a bit. I opened my flashlight, and sure enough, It was empty. I could see leftover popcorn and soda stains all over the floor and chairs. There were even popcorn and soda cups in the chairs. I looked onto one of the soda cups in one of the chairs and I gagged and almost vomited, but was somehow able to hold it in. The cup was filled with soda, but on top of it was some disgusting mold, and I swear I saw a plant growing on it. I looked at the popcorn and it was mushy, so mushy that it actually began to melt onto one of the seats. I decided to clean the cinema hall, but it was so dark I had to hold my flashlight in my mouth to clean the seats. As I was cleaning, I heard the door slowly open, and I ducked behind the seats to make sure no one knows I was trespassing in this hall. You work there, man. Who gives a shit? The figure then left the hall as I stood up from my hiding spot. Then I went to the projector room of Auditorium 13. As I went up there, I found something horrifying. It was a body of someone. The body was unrecognizable, and when I shined my flashlight onto the person in question, it appeared as if he had partly been eaten by rodents. Then I heard someone's voice say, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Then I turned around and saw someone holding a knife. Horrified, I ran towards the door, which was open a crack, and then left in a hurry. I locked the door of Auditorium 13 and never told anyone about my experience. I didn't know if that was the hacker from Friday or was it a deranged psycho. I guess I'll never know. If you ever find this auditorium in this branch of AMC, do not go in there. Seriously, I'm begging you. I'm gonna give this one a 2. I mean, we have some good imagery. For the most part, it's not a grammatical clusterfuck, which I can appreciate. That being said, it just doesn't seem very good, for a lack of a better word. We stray too far away from the actual lost episode portion of this, and now there's just a dead body somewhere, and then someone else with a knife. Is there some cannibalism? That's probably still not good. It's not a refrigerated corpse. Is he sure he doesn't want to tell anyone that there is some dude with a knife and a corpse in Auditorium 13? Is he really sure that's what he wants to do? Oh well, I digress. 2 out of 10. By my own personal ranking, I suppose. If you guys want to talk about how you felt about this, please feel free in the comment section below. I try my best to react or reply to the comments, so I'd really appreciate it if you wanted to, talk about it. And of course, let me know what you thought of it. But it's kind of all I have to say. So it's bye-bye for now. Bye!